welcome to another interview for the UniBrass Foundation. And my name's Brett Baker, and it gives me great pleasure to talk today to Sheona White, who's dialing in, I guess, from where should we say, the Wigan area, the Preston area? It's in between, isn't it?
Surely.
Surely, surely.
Surely. Yes. Yeah.
Surely. Okay, great.
Surely.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you on board with this. And I mean, I should explain to all our viewers that we do know each other very well. So we've known each other a long time. So this should be dead easy in that case, shouldn't it?
It should be, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So the first question really is, why do you live in the north of England if you're from Scotland, and what do you do as your day job?
Okay, well, that's easy. I came to Salford University when I finished school, a very, very, very long time ago. I was 17 then, I'm 48 now, so you can do the maths. And I never went home because, like most people really that move away, especially with brass bands, you put your roots down. Some of the great bands are up here, and I lived in the Manchester area for most of my life, actually, till the last few years. And I now live here particularly because I work in a private girls' school as head of academic music in Bolton, which is 15 minutes drive from here. And that's my day job, and that's what I do. And then at night or at the weekends, I have a double life and I turn into Sheona White, the horn player, adjudicator, teacher, all those kind of things. So sometimes it's super fun trying to get a bit of a work-life balance, but that's how it goes.
Excellent. Well, no, that's great. It just gives everybody a bit of context. And I should even say that I recently introduced you to my band as a conductor. So what was that like?
Well, I think you've been very complimentary there and very loose with the term conductor. Yes, it was amazing. I had such a good time, and everybody was just so lovely. I would say I probably went in more as a teacher, and sort of flap my arms around a little bit. And but it was great fun. And again, everybody was just so lovely and very welcoming. So thank you everyone at Polton.
They really enjoyed it. So that's great. And it's funny, isn't it, that you get situations where um, people see you as a certain thing. So, for instance, myself and yourself, they won't necessarily see us as conductors. They might see you as a tenor horn player. They might see me as a trombone player, and they don't realize that you might do other things. So,
Yeah.
um, it's important and interesting, I think, to sort of talk about that. So, before getting into adjudicating, you've played with all the best bands. You've been a soloist. You've been involved in BBC um, documentaries, and you've been on Top of the Pops and all that sort of stuff. So, when you look back, what's the one thing that sticks out as a soloist, as a horn player, that you really look back on and think, yeah, that was great?
Oh, there really is. It's so cliche. There's so many amazing moments. And as I'm getting on a bit and older, and I do look back and I cannot believe when I watch myself or hear myself play some of the things that I actually did and achieved, when you've got a bit more energy. But there's so many. I actually can't say. I think winning the BBC Young Musician, going up against sort of orchestral players, when I was very, very young, was just incredible. Playing on the Perfect Day CD, was just incredible. Playing in all the bands I've done. I've loved every minute of everything I've done, and I don't take any of it for granted, and look back on it with such pride now. It's incredible.
Well, one of the things I'm very struck by is how you take real interest in some of the younger players that are coming through, and you give them lessons and mentor them. So I guess that brings us on to what you're going to be doing at UniBrass this year, because you're going to be adjudicating the trophy section, I think it is. And so, what was your first experience at UniBrass? Because that was that a few years back.
Yeah, when it was in Bangor, probably way before. It was one of my first adjudicating things actually, and it was with the other section. I can't remember what it's called. Sorry, and it was really great. Yeah, it was, but it was a long time ago. So I'm really looking forward to coming back and doing the other section this time. And I've also got a lot more experience now than I did then, so that's good.
Well, they certainly asked me and sort of twisted my arm to say, what sort of things are you looking for or looking forward to if you've had the experience before and you sort of know what to expect now? What sort of things do you look for as an adjudicator? Very generally, because I don't want to get into trouble by bands then coming on here and saying, "Oh, well, Sheona said this,"
Yeah.
but just generally, and then what you might be looking forward to with the trophy section.
Yeah. Well, I think I went to university myself. We went to university. We played in our university band, and we just did some amazing things. And we went to Brazil, and we just did these amazing tours, and we really created a big sort of family feeling. It was such a huge playing in that band was probably for me when I was at university the most important aspect of me being at uni and doing my course, and friendships that I still have to this day with loads of people that were in that band. They were the sort of solid, the foundation of developing you as a person, because I was just so shy when I first went to university, and just sort of being with those people and them still being my friends now is really amazing. But we had so much fun, but always aiming to try and do as much quality playing as we could. So we had some incredible players in that band at the time, and I think a mixture of having fun, the commitment, but also the quality, which then leads on to what probably I personally would look for is always quality playing in everything that you do. Every single note needs to say, choose me, I'm special, this is why I'm playing. Even if you're a horn player and you're playing a chord, or you're a back row cornet player, it needs to be in tune. You need to play together, and just the general basics of everything. And then a sense of fun and performance coming through in everyone's performance. And I think when you're at university, where you don't sort of have those huge stresses and pressures that you do when you don't realize at the time you leave, and then you go on and you're in the big world, and then that all happens. It's just enjoying the moment, and just having fun with your friends, but at the same time that top quality.
You've just shocked about 300 university students that are thinking that this is the hardest thing they've ever done in their lives, being at university, and that things get so much easier once they get a job. So they are in for a shock, aren't they?
Big shock.
Great. Okay. And so, is there any one thing you could give as advice to the players that are preparing for this competition? It's a couple of weeks away. Is there any one thing as a brass player that, or even a percussionist, that they should think about in terms of their journey from now till the competition?
Yeah, well, pace yourself for a start, because you don't want to end up not being able to play and leaving everything to the last minute. So sort of pace yourself with your practice. Make sure you know how to play all your parts. That's kind of goes without saying. You need to put that time in and that effort. But I think also probably one of the things that I find that I miss a lot when I do listen to bands is that communication with each other as a player. So you listen to the person who's played that lyrical line before you, and you pass that they pass that to you, and then you pass that to someone else. Just kind of makes the music say more, and just probably stands out a little bit than everyone else. And dynamic contrast. Play quietly. If it says play quietly, or try at least.
Great. Well, that's excellent advice for them. And I know that all the bands are thoroughly looking forward to playing to you in a couple of weeks. So thank you very much for your time, Sheona.
Oh, you're welcome. And I can't wait to hear everybody play.
I'm sure they're going to absolutely love it.
UniBrass 2023 is on Saturday the 11th of February. Tickets are on sale now through the Warwick Arts Centre box office.